You know, ladies and gentlemen, when you're either appointed or elected to a committee, I feel that if you serve on a committee, it's your obligation to tell everyone who you represent how you voted on any matter. Whether it's buying a stop sign or approving a security contract. Unfortunately, yesterday when we approved the security contract, we had a secret vote. Now, how did this happen? The chairman, Stanley Siegel, recommended that we have a secret ballot. I objected. I said that I believe that everyone should have the right to vote, and I wanted it in the minutes that I said I want everybody to know how I voted, because that's what I honestly believe. Lynn Roberts made a motion that we have a secret meeting, a secret vote, closed ballot, secret, closed ballot, a secret ballot. Let's not kid each other here with words. Lynn made a motion to have a closed ballot. The vote was taken on who we should give the security contract to. Now you're going to hear that I'm bringing this up because the security committee, which I'm the chairman of, recommended a company to get the contract, and they didn't. That's not why I'm bringing this up. Why I'm bringing this up is that I found out yesterday that I no longer have the ability to stop secret meetings in the M&O Committee. And because of that, I feel that I can no longer serve on that committee. So right now, effective right now, I'm resigning from the M&O Committee. That's what I have to say.
I want to make one correction to what Mike said. A number of committee members approached me and said they would like to have a closed ballot. It wasn't my idea, and I just brought it to the committee's attention that this was a suggestion from at least 2 and possibly 3 people. And as chairman, I brought it to their attention. It was not my idea.
As chairman, you should have rejected it. Because if I were the chairman, I would have rejected it. Also, I felt this strange.
If the committee approves something, I don't have the veto power to reject.
Stanley, you didn't. No, you encouraged it. How did you encourage it? You had 2 sets of ballots already made. So you knew that someone was going to make the motion and that it was already passed. And what you did was then, you went to other members of the committee and not the whole committee and said, listen, I want to have a secret ballot. You planned this because you had 2 sets of ballots already made.
Because I was asked by the 3 people to do it.
If I were the chairman, I never would have allowed it. But it doesn't matter.
I'm the chairman.
I'm not on the committee anymore. You can have all the secret meetings you want. The people are going to have to worry about that. Thank you.
No such thing as a secret committee.
It certainly was a secret.
This was a request.
George, were you there yesterday? Am I telling the truth? Thank you. Yes.
Me, George Webman, Mike Limongelli,
Quiet, please. Keep quiet.
we were on the security committee. We recommended that we go to a different security firm. And then the rest of the M&O committee decided that they don't want to hear what we have to say. Now we have to have a meeting with all 4 people that wanted, security companies. And that's what we did. And to me, this was a setup. And Mike, you should resign because, well, it's up to you.
I don't.
Let me clarify.
I can't serve on a committee that does that. We're supposed to be elected to represent all of the people, regardless of how you think. I'm going to make it a vote. I don't care what anyone says to me, Michael, I have an explanation. Either they agree with me and re-elect me, or don't agree with me and don't re-elect me. I can't serve on a committee that does not do what the people want them to do, give an open and honest vote. I see no reason why we should take a vote where no one knows how you vote. How can you elect someone to that committee when you do not know how they voted for you? That's what I just can't do that, George. Enough is enough. I can't do it anymore.
I'd like to respond to George.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead.
George, the rest of the M&O committee does not always have to accept what the other committee
Subcommittee.
gives to us. I mean, just because you said go with this does not mean that I have to accept it. And I mean, you tell me that you researched this and you did that, that's fine. But then I have to decide if I want to do that. Because you recommend it does not mean that we have to take the recommendation, whatever the contract is.
We're not objecting, all we're saying, I'm not objecting to that, but I'm objecting to the way you took the vote. No one knows how anyone voted on the committee. The only person that they know who voted was me, because I said to everyone, this is the way I'm voting, and I want it to be part of the record, so when the people know how I voted, they can come approach me and say, Michael, why did you do it? I can give them an honest answer.
Okay. I agree with you, Mike, completely. I think it's deplorable, and I think it's despicable that elected officials decide that they want to have a secret vote. That's not what you're there for. Every city, county, government, federal government has open votes so everybody knows how they vote. And the fact that you take and decide that you want to have a secret ballot because you don't have the guts to stand up and show your constituency and show the delegates here how you feel about anything, I think that's absolutely despicable. It's deplorable and it's beyond the pale.
Neil, the people that approached me and asked for a closed ballot, there was a reason for it. During World War II, there was an expression, loose lips sink ships. And, well, let me finish. And in order to keep the heat off each individual, because somehow things are told to some people and there's personal attacks on them. And they felt that this is what they wanted to do. So, as chairman, when they approached me and asked for a closed ballot, and the vote was in favor of it, we did it.
Wait a minute, go ahead.
The voice that I'm hearing are noble people, but however, it goes further than that. If you're an elected official and you're in Congress, you have a voting record that people can go to see if that person is the person that they want to uphold their best interest. So I don't think it's a matter of just whether it's a secret vote. That goes without saying. There should not be a secret vote. But I think that the vote should be given to the delegates so they can decide when it comes to voting time who is the person that's going to serve in their best interest. And so it's a little more than a secret vote. Absolutely not. But to let us know. I was going to bring it up about the meetings that the executive board has, that how we present the facts in the meeting. I think that we should know who attends those meetings, the attendance record, so that you can go back to your president, and if he's not attending those meetings, what good is he to you if he's not there? Also, there are a lot of issues that come up at executive board meetings, and I'm sure at the M&O, that the delegates at least should know, or the people should know, of how they prescribe. I've said many things, and I don't look for credit, I look for things to get done, okay? I can go back to 2009, 2011, things I've asked for that are now being done. I don't want the credit, I want the things done and do what's right for the people here.
Stanley says that he was approached by other members of the committee because they didn't want people to know how they voted. Are you kidding?
They didn't
These
want
people
one- they
serve.
didn't want one
These people
individual.
serve on this committee, and you said to them, "I'll hide your vote for you. I'll protect you from the wrath of the people because they do not want. You don't want them." I would say to them, "Listen, I don't want you on this committee. If you don't have the guts to stand up and take a stand, you don't deserve to be on this committee."
Over the years, the M&O Committee, the committee has always voted to approve or disapprove something. How the individual votes go never mattered.
But it should have, because
This is the first time.
Greg is absolutely right. How can you elect someone to a committee if you don't know how they vote? That's why I wanted everyone to know how I voted, because if I run for re-election, I'm going to tell them what I did, and it's going to be indirected. I don't want to stand up and say, re-elect me, you will never know if I voted for you or against you. This is the worst thing that has happened since I have served in any office since I have come to Century Village. I am ashamed to be on a committee that hides votes, and that's why I'm resigning.
George Webman, when we had to vote for secret ballot, I voted against also the secret ballot. I am not ashamed to let anybody know how I vote. And nobody on the committee should be ashamed either. I mean, the way that people talk on the M&O, some of them, is like we don't want nobody to know how we voted. So this way, when they have to run for re-election, you're not going to know. I'm not ashamed. Anybody comes to me, wants to know how I voted about something, I will tell them. And if they want to know about other people on the M&O committee, how they voted, I will tell them. This should not be a secret thing. That's the reason I ran for the M&O, and I said, there's not going to be any secrets as long as I'm on the M&O.
That's not the entire reason. The entire reason is the people didn't want to have the heat thrown at them personally because of one individual.
Too bad! Didn't we have a closed ballot when they were trying to impeach Stanley Siegel? That's different. Yes, we did. We had an open ballot and it was closed, and only 2 people stood up, because when we went open, the people that were going to vote against him verbally abstained. They didn't vote. I'd like to go one step further. When I heard about the security situation, you're talking about a change in contract that affects 5,712 apartments and 9,000 people during the course of the season. Don't you think before the M&O Committee, and we'll go, as much as I don't agree with Fred Hadley on a lot of things, transparency is one of the things I agree with 1,000%. Before the M&O Committee should decide which one of the 4 companies they would take, which I believe it's Anita Pierce's that's her last say, because that's really basic her responsibility, and the M&O Committee can only suggest it. That it should have been brought to the executive board, or we should have had a committee at the meeting to see what these 4 companies represent, what they offered, what they would do, good, bad, or indifferent. Come to the executive board, at least the 16th president should be involved, and then bring it to the Cobrua meeting before you make this decision. But that's not how it happened. That's not how it happened. Again, the M&O Committee did it, good, bad, or indifferent anyway. They decided who we're getting, who we're not getting, which affects every one of us living in this village.
I agree with that.
Well, unfortunately, that's not what the law says. The law says that the M&O Committee will make the decision. I'm concerned. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with how the decision is made, because let's be honest about it.
Excuse me, I didn't say about making the decision.
I know.
I said bring it to us first, listen to what we have to say, and then you make the decision anyway.
But
it's the M&O Committee's decision.
Stanley does bring it to the presidents at the president's meeting and executive board meetings. He tells them we're going to negotiate a security contract, and we say, are there any suggestions for them? No one says anything. Right, Greg? Is that correct? Does Stanley bring it up that we have? Yeah, right? Okay. That's all I have to say. Yes.
What do the bylaws say about this? Is it in the bylaws that you can have a closed ballot?
No.
I don't think so.
Settlement agreement. The settlement. The bylaws don't have any.
No, they don't have anything.
It's
No.
the settlement agreement.
Yeah. It's
George Webman. Anybody who goes on a committee and they're ashamed of their vote, they should resign.
Yes.
No, nobody was ashamed of their vote. They felt uncomfortable because of outside sources putting pressure on them.
That you can't serve on a committee if you're going to worry about you making a vote and someone outside is going to object to it. You have to have the guts, and I wish there weren't any women here to tell you what I really mean. You have to have the guts, ladies and gentlemen, if you serve on a committee, to give your opinion because the people trust you. When they elect you, when I first ran for office, I told the people, if you elect me, I will represent you. Not me, you. And I have not lost an election in Century Village since I've been here. Now, let me tell you, that is what you need on committees. If you're putting people on committees that are afraid to stand up for you, shame on you, because that's where it is. You have to, when someone stands up at that podium and says, I want you to vote for me, I always say, you're not voting for me, you're voting for yourself. And then you should find out. But if you have secret votes, you can't find out. It's like Congress. Nobody knows what your congressmen do. They have ways of saying, oh, he's absent, he's this, he's that. I'm saying, I'm resigning. I know I should stay, George. I'm resigning because I don't want to be on a committee that doesn't have the guts to say, no. You want to know something, people? 6 people voted yes, I voted no. This is why I voted no. That's why I am resigning.
Maybe some people will have a change of heart as a result of this talk tonight.
You either have guts or you don't have